Ready?
set.
Good.
Welcome back from the break. We are here. We are alive. Can we confirm from our lovely viewers that we have audio? You know, I think it's par for the course.
Yes, it's working. I'm checking and I can see it.
You know, I'm not saying that we have tech problems. I'm just saying that, you know, it's important that we double check.
Yeah, so
we are jumping right back in where we left off as you all find yourself shivering quickly. The cold of the winter in the frozen north is unforgiving. You find yourselves split apart. Half the group stands with the Empire and half with the rebels, as pirates and merchants now stand across from each other and find that regardless of their ideology, winter comes for you all. How are you surviving this first night in your new home?
So, are we like separated, or are we?
You're separated only because you probably don't want to be near each other, right? So you guys are close enough to actually talk, but you guys just killed a lot of each other's people. It's
I'll definitely be seeing if there's any of the surviving female tabaxi who require warmth and comfort on this awful night.
Raef standing near his mother with his dad, as they huddle together. You notice Aurora standing there next to her husband. What do you do?
Me or Raef?
Yeah, well, you. That's the first female that crosses your eyes in this space.
Oh, Madame, I see you're very cold. Unfortunately, I do not have extra coats, but if it's required, I'm willing to use my own body warmth.
Finny, let me just stop you right there. We've got a bit of an echo.
Sorry, that was me. Sorry.
All good. I just want to sort of let you know, she's my wife. If we need to, we'll deal with that. Okay.
Oh no, it was nothing untoward. I would just share my warmth. I have quite a big belly, and it gets very warm. So
feel free. Come to me, Finley. If you just wanted a hug, I'm more than happy to give it to you.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And hugging. So
Finley, though,
we've got a loading screen at the moment. What's going on there?
I don't know. It looks all good for me.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's fine.
I see everybody.
It's saying it's stuck on the pick hold. Try refresh the page, people. That might help.
Turn it off and on again. Just literally pull it out from the wall.
Sorry about that. I'm not sure what's
Just
going on there.
yeet your computer at the wall.
Awesome. Anyway,
So, I'd like to think that we're setting up inside the bowels of part of the ship.
Cool.
And walling us off from the elements.
So you and the other merchants quickly go into the ship half that was impaled into the side of the mountain. You find yourself one of the cracks in it that allows you to sort of walk your way up the mountainside a bit. There's no way that this thing could lose purchase at this point. It seems to be embedded so heavily into this mountainside. As you find, it's probably upside down. I'll say the whole ship is upside down, but you sort of can walk into the deck onto the roof of it now, and sort of start making a space there for yourselves.
I think while we're all, huddled together, might bring up something and say to the group, now, listen here, everybody. I'm not sure what you're thinking, but I think that on the other side of the ship over there, we've got a good source of food and a good source of heat. Now, these are the people who caused this problem in the first place. They killed our friends, they made us crash and took us to the strange land. What do you say? Should we go give them a visit, slit some throats, skin them
I don't know. I think that really big, strong one, I think she, seems pretty nice. And also, like, if you want to try and attack her, I'll be behind you, as like a tabaxi shield. You can be in my tabaxi shield.
Problem is, I don't have my chef knives on me. They were lost, but
I think as you look around, you notice that there are some knives sticking up into the floor from the other side, and you have to somehow like crawl yourself upside down onto the deck of the ship to pull them out again.
Okay, I'll definitely get to that after. Now, what do you say? Should we pretend to be friendly with them, and then during the night go over and take them out?
Dear God, gentlemen, really? We're going to do this now? Do you not think it's best that we use them as fodder for whatever may kill us in this strange land?
That could work. I'm all for the whole making friendly with. I am, somewhat renowned in my seduction techniques.
Finley, that's good and all, but how can we trust them? They attacked us in the middle of the day.
I have an idea. And where is Flawless in all of this?
She finds herself kind of hard pressed in the middle of the two camps, right? All of her friends and the people that she grew up with are sitting in the sort of trades camp, and she has also just betrayed them, and she doesn't really feel as close to the other group. So you sort of, if you look for her, she seems to be sitting by herself a little bit on the edge of the pirate camp.
Flawless, I don't know what the goal was here. I don't know what you were trying to achieve, but is it about to become us versus them? If we have to do that, we have to do that. They seemed pretty intent on bloodshed before.
Right. You've known my stance on this for a long time, but I believe that we should all be able to live the way we want. It is the only reason I ever tried to do anything to begin with. I was just tired of the Empire imposing its way onto us all. I wanted to be able to be free, and I wanted to be able to build communities the way we wanted to, and I wanted to respect the way that they ran the communities traditionally. Did you not see Fisherman's Wake and how after the Empire took it over, it was turned into a port city, and all of the local fisheries were destroyed in favor of just building it as a one-stop location for the airships? That sort of thing shouldn't be allowed. We have to be able to protect the people, and all I wanted was to keep you all safe, but I was tired of it, and I wanted to stick it to Snowflake.
So you allied yourself with pirates?
They're rebel pirates. It was the closest I could get to doing anything to help further the cause.
Well, the Empire doesn't mean shit wherever we are, wherever this is, and you attacked us, or your friends attacked us. Are they going to do it again?
They weren't going to kill anyone. That was the rule, and I'm pretty sure that if it wasn't for the fact that we got ripped apart by a void hole or something, that we would have been fine. You would have been fine. You were tied up. You weren't being killed.
DM,
Yes.
can we hear this conversation?
How? Well, they would have probably stayed outside and not inside the ship.
Trying to be subtle about it.
So I think you would have had to leave the ship and eavesdrop by the sounds of things.
Okay. Because
What about
as the
myself?
navigator... Oh,
If you want to eavesdrop on this conversation, you can also roll stealth.
well, I was going to say, with, being the navigator on the ship, how... Like, I would have looked... Like, the first thing I would have done when we landed was try to figure out where the hell we were.
Yes.
So
You immediately realize that none of the landmarks are relevant to you.
And the stars in the sky?
Are different.
Okay. I'll bite my tongue and I'll wait to talk to Raef and let Raef know.
You got a pretty good lay of the land as you landed. So I will give you sort of context of the sort of pretty much, Dramesh is like the northern third. Like you'll get that as sort of a quick glance over as you were falling.
Okay.
At what time of day is it?
Now it's heading very quickly towards nighttime. It is getting colder and colder by the second. The firelight now sort of radiating out as one of the only sources of light. Thank you, Emily, for the gifted sub.
Oh,
You
Mr.
guys
Moon,
are
my
just
daddy.
rocking it tonight. I'm so glad.
Holy crap,
Thank you.
Absolutely,
Crushing it.
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Wow.
Yes. So the light of the campfire is the only sort of thing lighting the snow at this point.
Well, flawless.
Raef?
How about you go rally your friends? As far as I'm concerned, safety in numbers at this point. This is all foreign territory.
I would love us to work together, and I honestly believe, as you said, the Empire matters nothing now. But can you guarantee that they will not be harmed? They are a little bit apprehensive, considering, that it may have come across slightly hostile what they were doing.
I think they probably earned that distrust. So,
agreed.
You keep them. You keep your people. These are your people now.
Let me bring in the. So, what was your character's position again, Nick?
I think. Well,
first mate.
The first mate.
Yeah.
The first mate seems to speak for these people. I think they lost their captain as well during the crash.
The captain
Mayhaps it is wise for us to talk, have the two of them talk. Maybe who claims leadership over the merchants? Like, your dad would probably be a pretty good pick. He seems to be one of the more senior leaders at this point.
I think that will come out through, I guess, Axe.
Excellent.
Okay.
That's fine.
Axe of leadership.
Of whatever.
Not axe as in pointy bladey thing.
Yeah, whoever's the last one alive gets to be leaders. I will get him, and I will let him come to talk with you all, and from there, hopefully, you can come to an agreement. How does that sound?
I'd like to think, and this is just playing into that the backstory bit. He's already being resourceful and using whatever flotsam and jetsam. Like, he's building a perimeter.
Who's this?
This is Dad. This is
yes.
Frostbrand.
Yes.
He's already started erecting and using.
And maybe that's exactly it, right? Maybe you hear, and the rest of you who are in sort of the remains of the ship, you hear Frostbrand taking immediate charge of the situation. An expert in setting up stalls along the way through their journeys and setting up camps. He immediately has everyone sort of collecting and clearing space for lodgings, making a pile for firewood, creating a lookout schedule as in the time away.
Inventory.
Raef. Yeah.
Stuff like that's good, Nick, over there.
That's great, yeah. He already sort of claims that title without really meaning to. Well, I'll bring.
I think you. No, go.
I'll bring Shadow along, and he can speak to the group, and hopefully we can come to some sort of a ceasefire. I am sorry, Raef. I really am. It was never meant to be me against you. It was supposed to be bigger than us.
You against the Empire.
It was always me against the Empire. I was hoping one day you would join me, but I can see now that it didn't matter in the end, did it?
Well, maybe people saw what happened. Maybe they'll come for us. I don't know where we are. I don't know what the purple haze was.
I don't even know if it was my magic.
Mr. Raef!
It seems that you're being called.
We're just ignoring him.
We have a problem!
It has always been my preferred method with dealing with Finley.
What's
you think maybe
Finley?
we start a game of bones or something, and we can just pretend that we aren't hearing him at all?
Mr. Raef, where are you?
He's pretty insistent.
I'm over here, Finlay.
I'm going to go and speak to Shadow. I do not want to be here when he gets here. We shall talk soon. I will bring Shadow to your group.
I would recommend that they don't come armed.
Wise.
I think we're sensible enough not to kick off. But if your people come armed, that's going to be a real problem.
I will vouch for you. I trust you, and your family has always been good to me.
These conditions will be the end of all of us if we're not careful.
Agreed. And he stretches out his paw, and he looks to you, and he says, "If not friends yet, can we at least shake on being partners in survival?"
Who are you talking to?
Flawless is holding his hand out to Raef. He's not with you yet.
So.
I turned my back on Flawless.
Ooh, the cold shoulder. Deserved, but still hits me right here.
As it should, Robin. Backstabbing little hoe.
Flawless drops, and although nobody's watching, a real sadness and somberness falls over them.
You fucked up for us.
As they turn around, they straighten themselves up, shake out their paws, do the old cat sort of shiver, and they begin to walk calmly and confidently towards the pirates. Shadow, can I have a word?
Yes, certainly. What is it? What can I help you?
I've had word from the merchants.
Yes. What is it? They're going to join us and help us?
They wish for us to be joined. Yes.
Well, I say survival in numbers is a good thing.
They concur.
I don't know if I can trust them. We had the rocky start. We didn't get to have that chat that we weren't going to harm them and stuff, so I'm assuming there'll be pretty bad blood with us at the moment.
There is an air of concern. I agree, but I hope that my tribute to the cause of the rebels shows you that I am of probably one of the best people that can sort of interface between the two groups, having come from one and now belonging to another.
I mean, are they trustworthy people?
They are. They are perhaps more trustworthy than we deserve of them to be, considering how we find ourselves now.
Are they mostly merchants, or there's some Empire folks there too, yes?
They all are of the Empire, and some of them have been trained by the Empire's guard. There are a couple of Ruin Knights who, are not to be trifled with, but they have always pursued their craft for noble intentions. I would not be too concerned.
Maybe you should fetch their leader, and we can have a chat.
As we discussed, they feel that as it was the pirates that sort of made the first attack, they think it might be best that we show a sign of peace by going unarmed with yourself to parley with their leadership.
If I'm going unarmed, I have to bring a trustworthy companion.
I think that they could probably handle that. Who would you bring with you?
Well, probably my strongest one.
And who
Mishka?
might that be?
Query. How not bring arms?
My body is my weapon.
Exactly. We don't need weapons, really.
I'm
I
sure
mean,
you could sort of dissuade her from attacking someone on sight.
I would surely hope so. I am the first mate, and now, since our captain has passed, it would be me as the captain.
Very good.
They Flawless looks around and sees the darkness approaching, and says, "All right, I'll light the way for us." Taps her hand, and you see like where they would expect the ruins to light up, it now lies dormant. And whatever the ruin magic was there was not carrying over correctly to this place. And,
Interesting.
You see under her breath, Flawless mutters, "That explains why the engines collapsed." Never mind. All right, let's get this over and done with. We need warmth more than we need our pride right now. Shall we head there?
Yes, very well. Lead the way.
And taking a sort of log out of the fire, holds up for the walking and leads towards the embedded ship butt in the side of the mountain.
And just confirming, what state are the pirate ships in?
Most of what was the pirate fleet now resides as rubble and flotsam around the site, much the same as the Cumulus Rider. But the ship that Shadow and his crew came in, besides probably a bit of a compromised hull and a broken mast, the ship seems to be otherwise in decent order. Which is better than snapped in half.
What is the name of that ship?
Nick, what would the name of your pirate vessel be?
The True Glider.
The True Glider, there we go. As the two ships now are definitely the most prominent features in this landscape. Raef, you see these three approach, Flawless, Mishka, as well as Shadow. They all seem unarmed, except for Flawless carrying the lit torch towards you all. What do you do?
I'll escort them over to Frostbrand, my father.
He looks over to them all, and he looks at Flawless, and he says, "Child, how did this happen?"
I'm just disappointed in you.
Flawless looks up at him, tears welling in her eyes. She says, I'm sorry, Brand. I wanted so much to do something good and be a part of something great, and I can only apologize. He says, now may not be the time. Who do you bring here with you? And he points to you, Shadow, to introduce yourself.
I am Shadow. I am now the captain. I was the first mate, but he has sadly passed.
We lost our captain too. Stitch was a good man, and I am sorry for your loss.
I can believe that. I saw him go down in the front of that ship.
And what of you, the fierce one at the back? I saw you land aboard our vessel. You were quite the vision.
Mishka. I was like,
a pleasure.
these ones.
A pleasure, Mishka. It seems we find ourselves two sides of the same coin in this situation.
Indeed.
I respect what your men can offer, your men and women, as it turns out. Quite a diverse crew. I commend you for that.
Of course.
We have a lot of other skills, be that survival, be that mercantile wit, be that diplomacy, and all of that we will gladly bring to the table. But what we do not have in spades is battle-ready feline folk. We need
Indeed.
more tabaxi that can help us fend off whatever we find out here.
I mean, I'm willing to help, but how do we know you're not just gonna stab us in the back? How can we trust you? I mean, that goes both ways, I know that.
It does, and I respect that is not a promise that we can really trust at this point.
I interrupt and say, who ambushed who?
I mean, we caught you by surprise.
Flawless gives you like a look, like, come on, man, whose side are you on anyway? Flawless pipes up. As I said, I am of both worlds, and as much as anybody can be. Shadow.
Yes.
The man who stands in front of you is one of the noblest people that I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. And Brand, this man leads a crew that only stands for the betterment of all of his people and for that of the land, really. Although you may not agree with how he goes about that, his motives were surely pure. Right, Shadow?
Indeed. My motives were that our agreement really was no one was meant to be harmed. We were simply there for the spice, and obviously to persuade some of you to join our cause. That is to overthrow the Empire,
mission,
obviously. In ways.
Alright, well. An uneasy truce then to begin with. We of the Tabaxi believe that actions mean more than words. So I will take this action of peace, and I will convince my people that you are of a good sort, but we will need further proof as we survive this place. That is the only way we will truly be able to trust one another is in time.
I guess we'll just have to prove each other's worth. I'll keep
Tonight,
to my word.
Indeed. Tonight, are your people able to survive well enough out there, or do you need to come into the ship?
We still have the ship I came in on. It's still in pretty good nick. We can just patch up a few holes, and that should be good for us over the night.
For now, let's
you need extra timber to make a shelter or anything, you can use the other pirate ships around.
What do you reckon, Raef? You reckon we need any more? For now, can we huddle down here for tonight?
I think we probably want to gather as much as we can and keep it dry.
Smart man. All right.
And if we find any supplies out in the snow, again, take them back to the Cumulus.
Shadow, my son makes a great point. I think as we land here, we have probably this evening, even in the dark, our best chance of securing a foothold in this place. Can I trust that your men and your crew, rather, would be willing to help us collect it all? We'll collect it in a singular location.
I'll get two of my strongest men to help you. They should be well enough to drag around some supplies. And I guess that can be a start to our friendship, if there is to be one.
Raef and Finley, can I trust the two of you to assist those men?
Done.
Great.
Yeah, food. What?
You'll be collecting all of what we can find.
Yes, I will definitely be able to find the food for you.
Hey, Billingsworth.
Yes, good sir.
Can you go with them? I can hear Finley's belly rumbling from here. I think a watchful eye might be worth it.
It's my secret. I'm always hungry.
Even falling from a great height, I can still tell he's not to be trusted.
No, Grod. We've been able to collect what was left here. We have enough spice and probably rations to survive a few days. You think you can whip us up some stew that we can pass to our crew and that of the pirate fleet?
Listen here, you furry fuck. I don't take orders from you, okay? You're not my captain. Never have been. All right? I'll make what I want to make when I want to make it. Thank you.
Totally okay. All I heard was I never meant to step on his toes, Nogrod. You and I have traveled a long time together. I merely hope that you can understand the value of this idea.
You're a patron. You're a customer. You're not above me, all right? So don't talk to me like.
All right, as a peer, do you mind whipping us up some stew? I can't offer to pay you except in helping us survive as a species on this foreign land. Does that sound like a good enough reward for you, Nogrod?
I'll cook, but I'm not making some shit stew. Okay,
All right.
that's for damn sure.
Hands up. I pause up. I appreciate that I'm probably not the best at recipes.
Thank you.
I will defer to you in all matters involving the culinary arts. How does that sound?
Good.
That could be our division of labor. I will manage all the rest, and you can manage the food.
Thank you kindly, sir.
Chef,
As equals.
Yes.
Chef, at first light, how about I lead a bunch of people to see if we can find something to hunt around here?
Oh, that would be fantastic. If you
Students
find any
only
monkeys
as good as
with
its protein.
monkey tails.
I've been looking at the stars and the lay of land as we were falling. I don't recognize any of it. The land's like that's cool. Like there are a lot of different land masses. But if you look up, you'll notice that those stars that are up there, they're not what we have in our regular night sky.
Where the fuck are we?
I would very much like to know that. It's
Kind of
it's
Whiskers encampment.
I think I'll probably just lean over to Miska and go, keep an eye on that chef.
He does not know we on ship.
Seems cranky though.
As the night wears on, each of the groups begin to collect the materials that are available in the night, finding a few other bits and pieces, gathering as much wood as possible and keeping it dry under the cover of some of the ships, and more so as the cold really settles in, both groups find themselves huddled together, attempting to survive one of the more frigid winters that
Do I huddle with Raef's parents?
It is more of like all 12 of you huddled together. Where you end up in the cat pile is sort of up to your, diplomacy.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
I definitely huddle with Raef's parents. Say hello to second dad.
Yeah, you see Raef's mom and dad begin to lick Raef, and like you sort of wash him off after the long day of travels, as affectionate parents do, and you all see Finley try and like nuzzle into the the little huddle there.
You should probably neuter that one.
Yep. No. I think in a world
Don't talk to your dad like that. Okay, Raef?
As you all settle in for the evening, and find yourself in a frigid morning, with snow that has again fallen, leaving most of the wood and most of the ship parts covered in snow, and now hidden in the under of the layer of snow that now is built up. So you have a night's gathered worth of wood, a night's gathered worth of materials from the ship, and the rest of it is lost to the ever increasing piles of snow at this point. We mentioned something about a scouting trip to see if we could find a food source.
Yeah.
Raef,
I'm happy to lead a party, or gather a party, not necessarily.
I'll go with. I'll definitely be going with Raef to investigate, so I can get a bit better lay of land, and I'll take like a sketch pad and stuff to try and map out where we are.
Flawless, hearing this is the plan, walks over to you, Raef, and says, I know that trusting me is hard, but I hope that you see the merit in bringing me along. I was never useless on an adventure.
Your runes didn't seem to work yesterday. What's going on?
I intend to find out. I believe it's what killed our ships as well. This place is not friend to our magics. And he looks at you and says, tap your runes for me for a second. See how they're going.
Slap the rune on the breastplate.
Does nothing.
Oh,
As she says, I look like I'm not the only one out of juice.
shit. I toss her a dagger and I go, I'm at least useful, but you're useless if you're completely dry.
Listen, of everyone here, I may be the one that can find a way to make our magic work again. I think it's best that I find out as much as I can about this land, and the only way I'll do that is on the front foot of it.
Maybe not at the front foot.
Behind you is fine if that's where you're sort of intending me to be.
Knowing the party's gathering, I would have grabbed probably about 3 pirates and try to join in as more or less protection, but also want to join the hunt.
Yeah, that's fair. So you've got Nishka, and you've got yourself, and who else?
Another NPC, I guess.
Hell yeah.
We got a red coat.
And Billingsworth will walk up and seeing Mishka and Shadow, being like, I do not trust these two. So I'm following them too. Just in case, because I've seen them work.
So,
do you say that out loud, though?
No.
I think we're gonna need food.
In my bad Russian, I do not trust them.
Yeah, Yogron, being the leader of food, are you joining this hunt?
Yeah, I think I will.
So the other pirate is Faint Chance, or Chance for short, who you bring along your journey with you.
Very well.
Chance the Slapper.
Chance looks over to you, Mishka, and he says, well, let's show these tradespeople what us true pirates can be like.
Misbehave, I cram this up your ass.
Hey. Faint chance of that.
It's kind of like...
This pirate cat definitely has scurvy, like, undoubtedly.
Mange.
So, pirate girl, do you care for a hunting wager?
Try me.
Let us see. If I kill more than you, you must have dinner with Finley. And if you beat me...
Oh.
Offering you a chance.
Yeah.
Say. Finley like you.
Then shall be.
So what was the other side of that bet? What's the alternative?
We're both, whoever loses has to dinner with Finley.
Yes! Amazing. Alright, fantastic. As the crowd gathers and the crew is assembled, you take all the weapons that you were able to scrounge together, a few short bows, a knife or two. At this point, you've been able to pull your daggers down with a rope, your cooking knives from the roof of the ship, and you're all ready to go out on this adventure. You all begin heading into the forest around you. From your perspective, Finley, you're keeping a track of how you're moving, and I think from what we said prior, this is probably a bit more zoomed in. So I'd say like you could probably do, let's say, 5 squares a day, roughly, if you were trying to move very far, or like 5 seems so short in that sense. Let's say you're like right on the line of trees from your camp.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can move 5 squares in any direction in a given day.
Okay. I'll just, like, as we're walking, doing the map and stuff.
Did anyone see anything interesting?
We haven't yet resolved that. We'll do 5 squares of walking, so it'll be 2.5 there, 2.5 back if you intend to sleep in your camp tonight. So we'll have 1 perception check per sort of square. So who's leading the first leg of the journey?
My perception is a +4. I don't know what anyone else is like.
I feel like the navigator.
+2.
Yeah. So navigator, as you begin the sort of heading, let's see how you go for that first hour.
Oh, he got us.
All right, I'm gonna use the gift of the, I think it was a minor blessing that I was given by Emily.
Ooh. All right, we are shuffling some of these. We're giving some cuts. I'm gonna riffle through. You tell me when to stop.
It's coming. There it is. There it is. Okay. Stop.
A 7, a 17.
There
Nicely
we go.
done. You pick up footprints in the snow. As yes.
Guys, there are footprints in the snow. Are they like paw prints, like a tobacco?
They seem to be more hoof prints, but small hoof prints.
Okay. In the world that we come from, is it just tabaxi, or are they humanoids and other things?
The only humanoids, like imagine like Earth, but like tabaxi evolved instead of like we evolved from cats instead of apes.
Right. Okay. It looks like maybe horse or something. It looks weird, possibly tasty.
Size.
A little bit small, like maybe about our size.
maybe rabbit sized.
No, it's
And
like the size of a deer is like what you're looking at right here.
Oh, so it's
I
not.
was
Is
hoping
it
to
like
get a
a
flat
hoof
hop.
mark? Sorry, is it hoof mark or?
Yeah, but like they can be small hooves, like
Yeah.
little hoof prints.
Right.
We're
Okay.
here to kill Bambi's mother.
It's not like a cow. It's like
Right, no, 'cause, like, I heard footprints and I was like, okay, it's a humanoid, but hoof prints. Like, oh, it might actually be a deer. Like, venison sounds pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty hungry. I know we had like breakfast like half an hour ago, but
it was pretty plain. It was. Oh, what did you cook for breakfast, Yogron?
Oh, for breakfast, we had caramelized cashews with a glaze of my own blood.
Hey, you really put yourself into your work. I appreciate
that's
that.
how you get the iron.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool.
So yeah, you find yourself on the track. Do you follow these footprints?
Well, guys, if we go really quietly, we might be able to get some meat for tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna Billingsworth will roll into stealth.
Yeah, I might do the same.
I will also stealth and I will follow the tracks.
Do we need like survival to track it though?
We'll do stealth. We'll see where you go from there.
23 if it's 12.
Heads up that Tabaxi may get a bunch of stealthy shit.
We do get stealthy shit because we're tabaxi. We are cats. We are hunters.
Pretty good. Nice.
It might just be proficiency.
We've got a few good rolls here.
Oh, it is proficiency. My bad.
We do have a 10 though, but everybody else got pretty decent. So I'm gonna, as a group, you guys have passed. And yes, Operative Peanut, that's exactly it. Just a labor of love and pain. As you all begin to head in that direction, you notice that the deer seem to be heading up to the north, sort of alongside your camp, almost to where you found Billingsworth's body near that cave site, Finley.
Okay, guys. It looks like we're Billy. I'm just gonna call you Billy because I'm not gonna remember your name. And I don't want to call you Monkey Cat because that's weird. And possibly racist. I don't know. But
Billingsworth will do.
All right, I'm gonna draw up my short bow and just hit L2 to zoom in and see if I can.
Scoping. You can't see the deer immediately. It seems that they were moving through this pace earlier today.
All right. Okay, I think. Is there any like scat or anything around so I can tell?
Make a survival check.
Or survival check. There it is.
Give that a little bit of a sniff. Yeah.
16?
You do find some droppings. around an area that seemed to have been dug out for some grass. And as you smell it, you recognize that it seems to have already lost some of its pungency, which gives you an idea that this was not a recent dropping, but like not as in it was not just freshly dropped. It has been here at least an hour. Given the snow, it's hard to really tell because it's now they're just frozen pellets.
Oh, I'll with it still in my hand, I'll turn to Shadow and I'll just be like, oh, it's a nutrient pack. Like you should have some.
Really? You think I'm gonna fall for that?
You should definitely have some. Like you're looking a bit peaky.
Flawless.
How about you try it
there
first?
like giggling? Yeah, Finley. Why don't you try the nutrient pellets? You're always complaining of your hunger.
No, he might be a black cat, but I think that Shadow is looking the whitest of us all.
Faint Chance looks at everybody. It's like, well, if nobody else is gonna have it, throw him to old Chance.
Yep.
I just like clap my
Yep.
ear.
Throw it over to him.
He smells it. It's like throws one in, starts chewing. It's like, not too bad. Not quite catnip, but it's got an earthiness to it.
Nuttiness.
Is Chance wearing a red shirt?
Yeah.
He can be.
I think he needs to be, yeah.
Right, but I from what I've deduced, they're about an hour ahead of us. But if you guys want to keep going, we can go and get some meat.
No, Finley, we should turn around and head back. What do you think?
In response, you just hear my stomach just go.
Look, we're on limited time here. If we don't get some decent meat, we're gonna be eating just herbs with spices. We don't know if it's gonna snow anymore. If we've got tracks that we can follow,
Best
I
to
think
track.
we make good use. Yeah, make good use. Make good use of
Alright.
daylight.
Cave gives
Alright.
shelter, though.
Just be quite quiet, all of you. You are very noisy.
The cave does give shelter. That's another option.
Cave does give shelter, but to what? And not possibly just to us.
Ugh. I slap the axe on, my shoulder.
It's
Whatever.
nothing. It's nothing.
All right,
Awesome.
let's go. Let's continue.
So, who's taking the lead of the next stint? It can still be you, but if somebody
I'll
else
take
wants
it.
to,
Since I'm right
Excellent.
behind him.
give me that perception check to see if you
Can I give him some assistance? Because I just look at him and I'm just like,
You would micromanage
16.
everybody.
I would micromanage the shit out of this because this is my jam.
I think Chance should take the.
Take a chance.
No
on
way,
me.
I'm not taking a chance.
With the 16, you're able to happily follow these tracks. As you get closer, they seem to be deeper, and you're getting closer and closer northward in the direction of both your camp as well as the cave. As this deer seems to have made its way across, you are catching up. It seems closer.
Is it one deer or is it like a herd?
We'll say it's probably a group of deer. Yeah, so it's a herd. You see this herd. That's why it's so easy to track. They're moving in a group.
All right, I'm gonna aim for Bambi.
Hell yeah! What a win!
It's the most succulent meat.
Precisely, it's just got all that emotional trauma that really have made it just the perfect edible.
It's soaked in the tears, so it's nice and salty.
Nice and salty. Okay, so as you head there, you're heading close by. You're probably about an hour away from the location. Who's leading this sort of last leg?
I will
All right,
be
one at a
teaching
time,
Raef.
please.
I will teach. Yeah, so I will teach Raef how to. Raef, come here. I'm going to teach you how to track game. If your parents are going to be the thing, if the leaders, and then potentially you will become the new king of the Tabaxi, and not me. Obviously, I'm obviously just a concubine. That you'll be there every now and then for your parents, but I will teach you.
You're a very interesting character.
Indeed. You
Yeah,
don't even get me started on
Only
Finley.
one of me in the entire multiverse.
Half the reason I wanted to overthrow the Empire was so that I could be away from Finley. It's a whole thing.
Makes sense.
I'm always here.
I will learn the art of tracking.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, but I'll be assisting him and
Yeah, with advantage. With advantage. We're not cruel.
I am new to this. It is a 10.
Yeah, he is so bad that even with you helping him, you are distracted by his incompetence. But it is convenient that as you approach and miss the tracks, you eventually see a splotch of red along the track. Blood that had soaked into the snow.
Now we're talking.
And as you walk up to that, you see a few things. This is where I will let someone make an investigation check.
I will definitely be doing an investigation check.
You see the spot of blood.
Nothing.
And you see what looks to be marks of something being dragged towards the cave.
Raef, just get behind me as your other dad. I have to protect you.
How old is Finley? Is Finley like a middle-aged man?
No, he's not. He's like 20 years old.
That's cool. I just wanted to double check and make sure that there's like a lot of I'm your father vibes, and I'm not just
Raef is older than him, but Finley just assumes that he's already in with the parents, and it's
Robin, this is my story. Finley doesn't survive it.
What if the greatest loss you ever saw was losing Finley, and you've forgotten about losing Finley in its entirety?
Oh, shit.
That'd be great.
Holy hell.
Trauma will do funny things to you, man.
And selling your memories to Auntie M will do the same.
Yeah. Don't sell memories to a memory merchant if you don't want side effects.
Okay.
Yes.
But there is it looks like something has attacked the deer that we were after and has taken it away. But that thing might be bigger and therefore more meat for all of us. And Yargrob, you could do a stew with all that meat and bone?
Listen, I'll be the one who decides what I make, okay?
Alright, but it's gonna be stew.
What about
right?
these second-hand chefs? Always with a fucking stew.
I know. No backseaters, thank you.
No
backseaters.
So bad.
We're back, everyone. We're back. What a return
All right.
to form.
Okay, let's go that way. I will go on a shirt as well to backseaters.
Are you heading towards the cave as a group?
Let's go, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cautiously head towards the cave.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You follow this trail nicely into this direction, and you find yourself then in front of the mouth of this cave, where the snow sort of being dragged in comes to a point, and then you can see darkness further in. How are you approaching the cave?
I've got dark vision, as probably everyone else does. Can we look into
Dark
the cave?
vision? What?
Let us activate.
Someone's got a hoodie on. Cool.
Let's get
How'd you get that hoodie?
all. That was probably somebody else.
Where's my character?
No, this is your old character before we re-imported. I had them in here testing the other day.
I had.
Are you guys able to drag yours in, or do you want me to?
No.
I can do it.
Cool. Let's get Raef in. Let's get Shadow in. Let's get Chef in. Let's get Mishka in. We are missing one. Who am I missing? Finley.
Red shirt.
But he went in first, didn't he? And red
Okay,
shirt.
so you all find yourself in this this cavern which opens up in front of you, And you notice a stone wall curiously built into the side of the mountainside in front of you.
Do we? Oh, there it is.
There we go. All right, feel better.
Yeah.
Around you see rubble of stones that have seemingly come out of the side of the wall, as well as directly to your right, where Finley has rushed to. You see a pile of wood next to a chopping block, and Finley, you find yourself standing on something underneath you. You hear a crunch. Make an investigation check.
A crunch.
A crunch.
13.
With that, as you look down, you notice hairy legs that appear underneath one of the boulders, and a body that seems to have been crushed. You notice something that can only be described as a spider far too big to be allowed to let live.
Wait, a spider underneath the rubble.
Underneath the rock, right where you're standing.
I'll
Like if you move, you'll see there's a big spider right there.
Yeah.
Crushed by the rock.
It's already crushed, so it's already dead. So I will break off a piece of it and see if it's good to eat.
Oh dear God.
You break it off, and it's so old that the flesh is all but become dust.
That's one of them Australian spiders.
Yeah.
I thought it was a hermit crab for a hot second there.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, spider. Yeah, okay, so spider, but I don't see many spider webs. I don't know about you guys, but did you guys notice the door that's up there? Which is weird, in a cave?
You haven't noticed the chopped
Yeah.
wood you're standing right next to?
And the wall that appears to have been built.
Well, if someone has decided this is going to be their home, I think we should, introduce ourselves and be like, hey, we just moved in, you got any food for us? And if they say no, we stab them in the face and take all their food.
Do we see
Or
any
eat them.
evidence of blood? As in fresh kill?
No, that sounds like true prior.
With the snow, it seems to have faded as it sort of led you into this space.
I believe we should maybe divide a little bit and see what we can see.
Let's split the party.
Yes. I think the pirates, no offense, should all go off by themselves. And
Chance,
the people
Chance, come
who
here. See that
Uh,
door? Go knock on it.
stand up and
Yes, boss. I have to lock on it.
Yep, that's what I said.
All right.
It's alright,
Chance.
I'll be near you.
Chance walks up gingerly while you all wait behind and knocks on the door. Hello, anybody here? Boss, nobody answered.
Very well. Open the door.
Try the door.
What
Yeah,
now?
try the door with slow. Give it a little jiggle.
It's not open. I reckon it's locked.
Yeah, it's definitely
Alright.
locked.
give me a hot second, and I'll just bump him out of the way, and I'll be like,
Ooh,
I'll get
all
down
right.
the way.
Carry
Hey,
on then.
well, is this
Buy
your thing?
me a
or is it-
drink first, I reckon.
Hey,
I totally
hey.
agree.
1, you're not my type. 2, I think your tail just fell off.
Oh no, not again! He
Alright.
scrambles to pick up his tail, and he wraps it up again, attached to him. It's just like a solid chunk of tail now. It's just like that'll do
You
it.
are, without a doubt, the worst pirate I've ever met.
Boss, did he mean that?
Probably.
Do we have
Alright.
vitamin C?
Has
Chance
anyone
is
got
definitely
any
lacking.
ones?
I don't believe in vitamins. I'm an anti-viter.
Oh god! Fucking hell! No.
Then.
But yeah, you guys carry on. I'll just be over here, sort of re-stitching it together. Don't mind me.
I'll pull out my spectacles and I'll give a go at this lock here in front of me.
Let's see it in action.
You will, once my mouse obeys me. inventory, thieves' tools, use tool, not strength, it's a dexterity check, select proficiency, expertise, thieves' tools, there it comes.
Oh, nice.
20, unnatural
You-
20.
You all hear a beautiful sound of a click as the door becomes unlocked. It should be now openable by all of you as characters.
We definitely could have used you on our ship.
You now, as you walk in, see a room that is dusty. A table and chairs sit there, and upon a chair to the north side is a skeleton of a man that is now far deceased. On the other corner of the room, you see a chest of drawers with a chair sitting next to it, a table. Left upon it is a note, written in the scrawl of what you assume is the dying man's.
I'll shout over my shoulder to the chef. Hey chef, do you reckon these bones would make a good stew?
It'd be fucking vile.
He's going to kill you.
An interesting observation, though.
He's going to kill you one day.
The skeleton has no tail and has no sort of remnants of claws, and their face far too oval.
Interesting. What do you think this is?
Mutant.
Must be. No tail, no claws.
Maybe
And
it's like a ball or
A very
something like
weird face. Can I investigate it?
Yeah, you can, absolutely. You want to have a close look at this thing?
Why not? 8.
Yeah, it's like you guys are kind of humanoid. This is kind of humanoid, but it just seems off. Like I said, you notice the fact that it has no claws, that its feet are long, and it's got little the bones are separate. Doesn't seem like it has the paws that you're used to. This
Can I
is
see
this is
anything of value around him by any chance?
You notice a library full of a lifetime's worth of knowledge, which is surely a greatest treasure.
I'm not into books.
Yes, but it's not actual money.
And a note, which is his last words, which surely have a lot of sentimental value.
Can
What
we
does the
read
note
it?
say?
As you pick it up, Finley, you read upon it. To whoever reads this, I have found myself trapped behind closed doors. The rest of my team are dead. I have thought that if I locked myself in here, that I would be able to stay long enough for them to ignore me and I could sneak out, but they have done nothing but camp out my only exit. I will stay here until the time of my passing. I only wish those who find me to know that what we came to do here, we accomplished. We managed to find minerals and show them to all of y'all need, and I hope that whoever finds us are those that take this and turn this area into a glowing mining town that will serve people for many generations to come. Yours truly, Deathbird Begonia.
Well, whoever's sitting in that chair, obviously was an idiot because they said that they were locked inside here, but obviously you can open the door from the inside. I don't think there's anything to worry about going forward, and I'll scrunch up the piece of paper and throw it behind me.
You don't read it to anybody else?
No.
Excellent.
No, I think we're going to be fine. But you know what? I've been doing a lot of the work, and I feel like the pirates aren't pulling their weight. I think you guys need to go ahead of me.
Nice.
Is there any like art on the walls or? Because people
Make
usually
an
decorate their abodes.
In this particular establishment, I'd say that there is. There does seem to be some art. You see a landscape of greenery that is very different to what you see here. Plains, and you see in front of it is a mine that opens up with many men walking in with their pickaxes over their shoulder. Sort of
What do they look like?
They are weird. They are like they are like you, but they have no hair, and they're almost more like Billingsworth. They seem to have this baldness to them all over, and they wear clothes to sort of hide all of their body.
Then they are diseased.
They have long fingers and long feet. From what you can see, you can see ears, but they're round, and they look rubbery. Like, I don't know if you could chew on them, and they'd probably be quite tasty.
Whiskers?
No whiskers, just a big rubbery nose.
What kind of freak show is this?
I have never explored humans from this perspective, and it's great. Humans are weird-looking creatures.
Can we, with a knife? You say it's like a tapestry or something, like a
yeah, it's probably like framed, but it's like on cloth, so you can definitely slice it out if you want.
Are there any like scrolls like that look like maps, possibly?
Yeah, there's a bunch in his drawers. You actually see he's got like a bit of a area just dedicated to maps of the area that they've been scouting.
I'll take a few. Have a look.
Cool. You see a primitive map of Trankasha, as well, which is the sort of wider region that we're in, the sort of the landmass.
Does it actually say the name of the landmass? Or is just...
Yeah, it says it's got Trankasha along the top. You can see Gelneed, you can see Dramesh, you can see Nanda, you can see sort of all that split up.
So it's like your first map of Trankasha.
Yeah, minus crystal. So there's no crystal locations, obviously.
I'll probably take it, scroll it up, and just put it in my jack without saying anything.
Nice, amazing. You got some maps, and you'll probably find more zoomed-in locations which show this area and like them marking off spots of like mineral deposits. So you'll see like iron, and you'll see like copper, and you'll see sort of a few different things marked off.
I'll probably grab that one and probably share it with the party. Oh, look, I seem to have found a map. It looks like this area, pointing to different resources we could possibly use.
Finley.
Yes.
Any of this look familiar?
I look down at the map. Is there anything familiar on the map?
It matches the layout of what you saw when you landed. It matches the mountainside and mountain ranges, as well as the coastline, to this area as you came in. From that brief glance, that's sort of all you get.
Any names sounding familiar?
No. I have a really bad feeling that we're not in Kansas anymore.
That would definitely make sense. Our Kansas-based magics have all left us. Says Flawless, a bit tongue-in-cheek, just winking at you.
I'm really worried here, Raef. This is outside of my area of expertise. Like, things seem to be somewhat normal, like hunting and everything like that, but this land where we are,
people,
the stars, they're not the same as from like home.
Giant ass spider,
almost like another world.
Another world? That's hearsay, okay? It's not a thing, okay?
We don't stand for that here.
Well, look around.
Do your own education, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know. I think at the moment, let's just focus on survival and worry about big stuff later, if we'll survive.
I agree. Push on.
Let's go.
Before we leave, in the bookcase, is there any other, like, maybe like history books?
There's a couple of books. They don't seem necessarily like history collections, but there are some that as you flick through mention great conflicts and talk of great victories and follow great heroes of this land, and you don't know if they're fantasy or if they're history.
I'll just take them and give them to Chance. Say, hold on to these.
All right, excellent. And he sort of carries them. It's like, my arms might fall off next, but that's all I do for the service of the rebels.
Yeah, they're about to be blood-soaked books.
All right, where are you heading off to next?
As we leave, I would like to take a book and just put it over my heart. Just a little extra little bit of armor.
Nice. A +1 magical book armor. It's great.
Yeah. Well, if someone can have plot armor, I would like book armor.
Very much like perfect story armor at that point. Hey.
I'll start to I'll stealthily make my way up to make sure the extra passageway isn't too dangerous for the party.
Awesome. As you all sort of surround
I'll slowly follow.
Yes.
As Finley surrounds the corner and you all following them, you notice that lying there on the ground is another one of these skeletons that you saw earlier. But this one, much like the spider, had a rock laying atop it, crushing it, assuming that's the way of its death. It lays around it a bunch of tools used for smithing. An anvil, a forge that lies dormant, a grinding wheel, and a billow to be used to craft.
I'll head up to it and I'll just look back at the party and I'm just like, I guess this guy rocked.
Ouch. Can I look up and see what the ceiling looks like?
Sure.
There's what seems to be all these people that are dying by rock.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
That would make me look up.
12.
With a 12, you notice that most of what you see cleared seems to be, it has the markings of pickaxes, as if it was cleared by hand. As you look up, the ceiling is quite round. It doesn't look like there's any like stalactites or stalagmites in the area. So whatever put this boulder here, you cannot say that it came from the ceiling above.
Is there anything interesting like on the dead body or on the smithing table next to me?
There's some tools. There's like a hammer. There's like some iron that was like mid-processing, but nothing valuable necessarily.
Okay, I'll take it. I've still got at least 16 slots in my inventory. So
nice. Gotta keep bumping those numbers up.
Yeah.
So you take the smithing tools?
I'll take the smithing tools because I might not be able to use them, but if Finry down the line might be able to. So
nice. As you look further into the cave, you notice the first signs of massive destruction. As what seems to have been a sleeping chamber at some point. It's hard to tell, but there are beds strewn across the space that are being destroyed, as well as furniture and chairs and tables that have been thrown over and have seemed to have decayed over time as they've lain in this heap.
Looks like temper tantrum.
It looks quite bad. I'm not a massive fan of this. I think. All right, guys. Okay.
However, it's some good materials. We should remember where this is.
Some wood.
I mean, it's
Wood,
a very good
cloth.
shelter.
And mattresses, yeah. It might help. I think. Okay. We've been leading the charge. Pirate big lady, who very much confuses me. You should go forward with Shadow and Scooby Dude.
It's mange,
pull your weight a
actually.
little bit.
I'll take you.
Yeah, I think you guys should pull your weight a little bit. I've been going ahead every single time. I've been taking the most risk. I think if we're gonna have an alliance, you guys need to...
Flawless Cannon looks over at you, Raef, and they say, "Listen, I appreciate that you're trying to be an us and them, but the whole point we're here is to make it all of us. It's nothing if we don't do it together. It's It's fine if you want somebody to scout ahead, but they go as a group, not as us or them.
I grab Chance's arm and I march forward.
Not what I had in mind, Rafe.
Good luck
Go
with
with
that.
someone more competent, please.
I will follow behind.
Basically.
If Rafe does go, I will also go behind.
Nice.
When I say where I'm sort of linking arms with Chance, I'm sort of still using the body weight just to put him half a foot forward.
Nice. He sort of walks forward very, very happily. He says, "Oh, I reckon I know this place. This looks like a little training yard. I swung a sword or two at a straw dummy at some point. It looks like I've got some arrows sticking up in the wall there. What's this? We found ourselves in a little training camp.
It does appear that way.
And look, this is some beautiful carpet. I reckon we could grab some of this blue carpet, take it back to our tents. We could have ourselves a
what
nice
happened
little...
to everyone else?
Don't touch.
Yes,
What
listen to
happened
the
to everyone else?
Hands off, hands off, hands off.
do not touch.
DM,
Investigate
Yeah.
the trap.
try and stealth off.
You can what, sorry? Yeah, make a stealth check.
I just don't trust it because it always awesome space. And then
Yeah, that's a higher perception than
21.
everybody's passive. Higher stealth than everybody's passive perception. So you can sneak off if you'd like.
all right, I'm just gonna sneak off this way, just because I'm really suspicious. Because
I will stop you right there, and
Okay.
you see what you see, but we will get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Anybody else doing anything? What are we all doing in this training area?
Is there anything suspicious on the carpets? Do they show
no.
any sort of signature?
As you look, they line up perfectly with the archery boards at the back of the room.
I mean, it seems pretty close.
I stand on a square
Yeah, it's a piece of carpet.
piece of carpet,
Prince,
and
Prince of Persia style, you die.
I'll pull out the crossbow and just try to use that to evaluate what sort of person would have been shooting from
Cool.
this position.
Go ahead and make a shot. We'll see how well you do to see if you're up to their level of competency. 20-foot range should be an easy shot for a marksman.
22.
Yeah, you nail the bullseye. It's apparent that these were not designed to be challenging, but rather to help with repetition rather than accuracy.
Good shot.
I'll walk back and retrieve one of those arrows, and while I'm there, also pull one of the existing arrows out and sort of inspect it. What sort of tech? What are they made of?
You see, there's a bit of a broadhead on these, what you probably use for hunting. The flights of the arrow are made from feather. So if that gives you an indication that this place at least has some sort of bird life, that's sort of what you can capture from this.
Is it just me, or is anyone a little bit concerned that our Finley friend is disappeared and is no longer talking?
Oh
No.
God.
Not overly.
Oh, I was enjoying peace for the first time. No wonder my headache disappeared. Rafe, we
He's
have
like
to...
Tummy
he is
rumble.
like a small child, you know.
I have
he's
a better
gone
question.
Too long.
We still haven't come
He-
across that deer.
It's very large.
Indeed, we have not. That is a bit worrisome.
I'll take a couple of those arrows.
I'll push us back to Rafe. Sorry, not Rafe. Finley. As you explore, you walk around the corner, and you see in front of you a cavern open up, and you're hit immediately with humidity that just pushes out towards you, and you see a creature standing in the midst of what looks to be a hot spring puddle in the ground, surrounded by mushrooms of varying colors. And you see them grab half of a deer and just rip it to shreds and just eat the raw piece of meat with one hand as they throw the other half of the deer to something else. And as you quickly peek your head around, you see another creature twice the size of you grabs that other haunch and begins to chew on it.
Okay. Well, seeing these two things, and knowing that I have to protect my new son, oh shit!
What are
is
you
he gonna do? Besides shitting himself, alright. Finry will back up. No. Finry's gonna back up a hot second. Sorry, not Finry, Finley.
Not to be confused. Yeah.
Not to be confused. To whoever's closest to him. Shadow, are you closest to me, or
I'm
you just
technically
moved
not there.
Just,
I'm
it's
listening
just a
to what you
camera.
can see.
Like camera perspective.
All right. I will back up to the ape monkey dude thing, and I'll be like,
Welcome back, Finley.
So do I know what these things are? Like, do we have them where we're from, or?
You should all be able to see everything now, just for the sake of ease of sort of scrolling around.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Friendly.
you see a creature that's quite vile. I'll defer to you, Rafe, as the proprietor of the Tabaxi backstory. What is the monster situation like in your homeland?
We have them. The Empire keeps them at bay. But, adventurers also exist. Very, very similar.
I would say, Finley, because of the Empire's presence, you weren't part of the group that sort of would hunt them. I don't think you really have much exposure to monsters.
Okay.
These look very foreign to you.
Okay, but I can sense the danger because they just ripped something in half before my eyes.
And they are different to what you saw in the picture on the wall. And the skeletons that you saw are about half the size of what stands in front of you now.
All right, I'll just whisper to the monkey cat. I think you guys all need to leave right now. I'm gonna do something to try to help you, but I think you need to leave. And I'm gonna head back up over to here in my stealth position and pretty much guard that passageway so that nothing bad happens to my new son and the rest of the party.
Dear God, someone has...
Jenkins.
Dear God, daddy issues, come back here. What are you talking about? Why would you dare believe?
I'll put my paw over his mouth. I'm like, fucking look at those things. They are not friendly. Get the fuck out of here. Right now.
Finley's now been renamed Daddy Issues.
So I get a little smile on my face and I will go back and I sneak over and go, Lady Pirate, are you ready for a little bit of time to cash in on our bet?
Coy smile, I throw back at you and be like, bring it.
We don't have plot armor. Fuck.
Follow me, and I walk her up just so she can see around the corner.
And you two just see these two giant creatures that stand at 10 foot tall, bathing in the water in front of you.
Rafe, sorry.
Are you good? Go.
I was saying, Rafe was previously inspecting the arrows and trying to learn more about who may have wielded them before, and suddenly realizes that everyone's sort of huddled over at the entrance and trying not to trip over themselves. So I'll crawl over that way.
As you guys are standing there, you see the one closest to you all begin to sniff the air wildly.
I will hide behind the biggest person, which is Misha.
I feel like I'm standing here, and then you've got like this rotund stomach that kind of comes out of the sides.
You hear in a voice, "You smell that, sister?" "I do, brother. It seems that we have a few more creatures that have found their way into our home. What say you we teach them a lesson? I'm still hungry. I am too. It's time to hunt, dear sister." "Yes, brother, let's hunt." As they both step out, water gushing from them, as they slowly dry off, as they stand their full 10 foot in height. Both of them now facing the entrance, which you all stand at.
Can I shoot one of them from between Mish's legs in the face?
I will, with your stealth, you probably would have got a bit head start. I'll give you this one action to get a jump on them.
Because I don't like these things. They do not look friendly at all. Unnatural 20 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, so 8 piercing damage and 2 sneak attack damage. I don't know
Which
if I
one
get
are you
sneak attack.
attacking?
Whichever one's the closest that I can
probably
see.
the top one here, yeah.
I'm gonna look at
I
Misha
don't
and
know
go,
if I get sneak attack or not. It's up to you, DM.
Yeah,
if I
you
get
got
that.
sneak attack still. I'll let you
Okay.
get going off while they're fully
All right.
exposed to you.
All up, total damage is 10.
I see this
Nice.
arrow fly out. I look down at Misha and go, "Well, I'm very impressed, I must admit. I didn't realize you had such skills."
Jesus Christ.
Much power.
I've been pretty restrained all game.
Awesome. So with that, I'll let everybody roll initiative.
Oh, I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
Oh.
We always do.
Holy shit, I got like 15 initiative. Holy crap.
Raef rolled highest.
Second highest, we've got one of the trolls. Excellent. Raef, you are up first as you notice this grumbling and talking coming from the room next door. What do you do?
I'll creep forward as well.
You're safe,
And-
bro.
I know. Seeing that we've already been firing some arrows, I'm going to follow suit.
Fire away.
And I'll try one of these human arrows in
Oh, nice.
my longbow, just to sort of
It obviously
suss
worked
it
out with them really well, you know?
see how they go. For a 23 to hit,
A 23 does hit.
for 7 piercing.
Ooh.
I haven't checked. We don't have multiple actions, do we?
You guys are babies.
We are babies. It sucks. It sucks a lot.
Your arrow flies in, tink, and you see as your shot hits like around the arm where the other shot hit, you hear "ah" as you hear "splook" as the arm of this creature falls off and falls into the pool. So.
Feeling pretty confident, I'll then action surge
Nice.
and fire another one. For a 19 to hit.
Hits.
7.
Beautiful. We'll do another 7 points of damage. The troll is hurt, but doesn't look bloodied, except for the arm that has been shot off. I love D&D logic. It's like, lost an arm, but you're still good. Next up, we have the other troll, who is going to rush over towards you all. No, I don't want this. I want the measuring to measure. There we go. Yeah, they're going to rush over to you there. They're going to pick up a rock from the pile here, and you've suddenly clued into where all the rocks came from. As they pick it up and they begin to throw 1-2 rocks at your direction. we've got. Let's see how the first one goes. Roll the damage. Attack. Normal. A 20 to hit with the rock. Probably hitting you, Billingsworth, as you're sort of the clearest line of sight.
20 hits.
The damage, normal, 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Poof, one of these rocks falls on you. And as the smell of the blood from the wound comes in, you smell that, sister? They smell delicious. And next up, we have Nogrod.
Yeah. All right. Stand aside, and I'll make my way through.
Yeah, you can move through them pretty fairly.
And just because I'll be a little bit short, I'll use my feline agility, doubling the speed, so I can get into range.
That's awesome.
And attack him twice with my daggers.
Let's go, pop.
Oh my god! 2
Double
crits!
not 20! No way!
Nice!
That's amazing.
Hell yeah!
That is unheard of. That is insane. And the rolls are right. Like that, you didn't even make that up.
Damn.
Oh, and dual damage. I love it.
Well, 8 and 8 damage too.
Yeah, you literally rolled 2 pairs.
I know where their tendons are, where their muscles should be, and aim for the weak spots in between.
I cry hacks!
Where did you fly to take, or where did you attack them? Where did you focus your attacks?
First one would have been under the arm pit here.
Yep.
Nice soft area. Boom. That's the first one. Up and out. And then the next one was on the inner thigh to draw as much blood as possible.
Awesome. Which limb do you want to remove?
I guess one of the arms, yeah? No,
Awesome.
Actually the leg. No, yeah, the arm.
Yeah. Okay, so you knock up the other arm. Both of them now have lost the arms. It falls to the ground. And you see them smile with a grin in their face. As the arm that is now being dropped begins to crawl towards you.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's
all right,
fucked
next
up.
We have Shadow.
Myself. Being the fighter I am, I'm going to also rush forward with my feline agility also.
They come to us, sister. They want to jump into our mouths, brother.
And I'm going to attack with my rapier.
Hit it. Let's see that to hit.
21 to hit.
Rolling good hits. That definitely hits.
Nice. 4 damage.
4 piercing damage. Boom. As you stab the poor little guy.
Or stab in the knees and something in the heart.
As you begin to pierce him. Anything else in your turn?
I might make a move over to this side instead.
Yep. That's cool.
And then end my movement there.
Finley, you're up now, and then we have Billingsworth.
Okay. So seeing these things, do we have any reference at all to things that are from our world?
You immediately recognize these are monsters that hurt travelers, that will eat you, and they have big claws, which are all things you were taught to avoid as traveling merchants.
Okay. Nothing further. Okay. I'll see this thing. The closest one, I'll be like, yeah, you'll do, and I will shoot it with my short bow as my action. 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, then I will run on back and slide through Mish's legs and be safe.
For Mish.
Do we have Flawless and Red Shirt?
You do. They are behind you. Flawless, desperately trying to get her magic to work, and otherwise we've got Red Shirt, who is our faint chance or something.
Yeah.
He is barely holding his tail together at this point, still carrying the books.
As I slide underneath Mish's legs, I'll just be like, "You've got this." And then
I'm gonna try and like heal him in the forehead.
Drop the knee.
Billingsworth, you are up.
Yeah, Billingsworth will do the feline agility as well, when I can work out what I'm clicking. Coming in here, and I'm going to just start off with a rapier strike. With a 19 to hit.
Hits. Nice.
I'm gonna roll out the 10 points of piercing damage.
Very good.
I will then see how beautifully I've cut through the flesh, and I'm going to, if I can find it, I'm going to action surge.
Oh.
And go again. Oh, wasted.
Misses. As you are distracted by the arm slowly walking towards you.
Jesus Christ.
Next up in our turn order, we have Misha Maranova.
Good, very good. So, I'm going to activate, like everyone else, my feline agility, and get right in there.
You guys are actually quite the powerful fighting unit, be able to like move around so well, yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 5. Oh dear! Sorry. I hit a wall and it wouldn't let me. I'm gonna go there. Do I get advantage?
Yeah, I'll give you that you're across from Billingsworth. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm going to battle axe him to the face.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Don't miss, my darling.
There's so many of them, brother.
That was one.
Ah, sister,
That'll
we
hit.
feast tonight.
So that's one attack. And then I've got 2 weapon fighting. So I'm going to swing back again and do another attack.
Awesome.
And if that doesn't hit, then I will. Go. Math. Does a 15 hit?
It does.
Haha.
Hitting for 11.
Very good, very good.
Very, very nice.
And then that's my turn.
Very well done. What limb would you like to separate this troll from? It's already missing one arm.
One of his arms.
The other arm.
He's not going to be completely armless, but he'll be mostly armless.
Excellent.
'Tis but a scratch.
But a scratch. As it drops to the ground, we do a little tricky roll. And yeah, that arm falls limp to the ground, while the other continues to crawl towards one of you, which is still deciding on. Next up, we have the other troll, who gets up and he says, "I will come and help you, brother. It's time for us to dance like we haven't in a long time." And steps up out of the water. And you see it turn towards you, Billingsworth.
Oh dear God.
And a gleam in its eye. I have not tasted your kind before. And it begins to claw at you with an absolute vengeance, multi-attacking at you. It attacks with a 10 to hit.
Nope.
And then its second claw strike with a 22.
Yes, unfortunately.
And then comes in with 11 points of slashing damage as it slices through. And as it gets your blood on its claws, you see it begin to some of the wounds that it suffered begin to close, as it seems to have healed itself to some degree. Healing up some of the damage from the arrows that now pop out of the wounds that the head caused. Next up, we have, at the top of the order, Raef.
Rafe's gonna creep forward just a little bit so I get a better line of shot. But send another longbow shot at the one that everyone else is wailing upon.
Nice.
Aiming for the eye.
Let's get it.
I think it's just normal with a 15 to hit.
It hits.
10.
Nice. All right.
10 damage.
Let's see how we go with that one.
And that's my only action.
You notice this creature is now bleeding, the one that everybody's been focusing on. Which is worrisome for them, I think, more than anything else. But the eye that you shoot falls out. And it begins to crawl with a nerve attached to it towards its next victim.
These creatures are so weird.
As it does so, it on its turn, you see it grow its eye back, and its arm begin to heal up, while the rest of its arm still continues to try and attack you.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
This is so good. It's so fun. So mechanically, I'm going to give it 3 attacks because it now has the claw on the ground as well. So let's roll into it. Who is the most frustrating? I think who did the most damage? Was it you, Mishka?
Probably.
I think so.
It turns to you with all 3 of its eyes and 3 of its hands as it begins to open up its attack in earnest. As 1, 23 to hit.
Ugh. Yeah.
2, 18 to hit.
Yeah.
And the last one, which I'll do at disadvantage because it's on the ground. It's a 9 to hit that one. So damaged. Boom. First one, 13 points of slashing damage. Second one, boom, another 13 points of slashing damage. It's just tearing into you. You can see that it just wants to tear you limb from limb. All of your fighting prowess is keeping you in the game, but it's not looking good.
This is fine.
I just looked at your health points. I appreciate the optimism. Next up in our turn order, we have Nogrod.
I see an opening. I go around the back for advantage and attack twice.
Nice. Bam, bam.
17 and a
Hits.
20.
Hits.
Nice. For 4 and 4 damage.
-8. Excellent. You just start tearing into the back of this thing, trying to take it down. As next up we have Shadow. You see this fervor of the battle as they try and take him down. What do you do?
I'm going to pull my second sword out now.
I think you can have advantage here as well as you sit across from them.
Fantastic. I'm going to take 2 swings.
Let's go.
Able to with 2 weapon fighting. So one's with my rapier. Hold on. You said advantage, yeah?
Yes, you do with flanking.
What do I roll?
Excellent. 13 misses, unfortunately.
Damn. And I'll come back with my short sword.
Boom. Second time. Nat 20.
Beautiful.
Well, let's go. Let's see this damage.
Yes.
See this damage.
Big.
9 damage.
Nice.
And then to also do this, I will action search and take another whole turn.
Oh, brilliant! Good start. Let's hit him again. Misses.
14 to hit, miss. Damn. And backstroke with the short sword.
The short sword is very accurate. 21. Yeah,
by accident. 21. Oh shit, that's not a crit hit. You're an idiot. Let me just do normal. 9 damage.
9. Still pretty good. Yeah, it's bloody now as all of you just try to stab it in quick succession.
Take
Finley,
that thing.
As you notice this barrage, you notice the wounds begin to open up on this creature. What do you do?
Hearing the sounds of a woman in peril, I can't help myself but rush forward and launch myself over this thing. I'm going to try and drive my rapier through its ear socket as I jump over it and land on the other side.
Oh, okay. I'm going to need you to make a acrobatics check for me. That was quite
13?
the move. How much?
It said 13. Hang on.
Put it.
Why didn't it? It didn't go over to beyond 20 and boundary. Why isn't it doing that?
Technology.
Technology.
Funny, because I can see it pop up on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it's there,
Yeah.
but not. It doesn't it's got the integration working.
There we go.
Yeah, natural 20. Excellent.
Not 20.
As you jump over this thing, double backflip, you stab this thing in the ear with ease. As you dash across. Roll to hit.
I stab my rapier in its ear with a...
Nat 20.
Another natural 20, so...
All the 20s coming out tonight.
So it's a 15 for regular... What is that?
27.
27 points of damage.
Oh, nice. Nice. I would ask you how you want to do it, but I think that is how you do it, right? You flip over this thing, skewer its brain out of its ear hole.
Yeah, I run up its leg, and I look over at Misha, and I give her a wink as I plunge this the rapier into this thing's brain, and then flip over it and land down. It's like, and I look up at her, and it's like, my lady, are you okay?
And yeah, what do you say?
Duh.
Cringe.
Beautiful. As he's covered in blood and is dripping in brain goo, this creature falls with a thunk. You see the other one in a fit of fury, seeing their sister go down. You see it. I will eat you all. Your bones will be mine. And it rushes towards the exit. And Raef, you're standing in its way.
Do we get an attack of opportunity on that?
You do, as it runs out.
Oh, you piece of shit.
7 does not make it. Do you want to have a go at it there, Nogrod?
Sure.
Oh, no, it escaped without any problems. Can you make a strength saving throw, please, Raef?
Go swole kitty.
Dex to dive.
Strength. This thing is come at you hard and fast.
So that's a solid nope.
Swole kitty. Go swole kitty.
I can't go
Swole
swole
kitty.
kitty. I can't. That's a
Do you
9.
have your minor blessing?
I do have
Yes.
my minor blessing.
Oh, is this the opportunity to try and rectify it? Is it?
It is. Inflatable Cat's asking, go swole kitty. I can't go swole kitty at the moment.
I believe in you. You
So
can go
right.
small
I'm
kitty
gonna
in
use
your heart.
bonus
Wait.
points that you gave.
When you're ready, let's see how it goes.
Stop.
Oh, at the top, we're feeling lucky at the top here. A 4 to a 13. Raef. With a 15. The troll beats you. As it grabs you in its hand and it throws you across the room in the way that it throws these boulders with ease. You land crunching against the back wall as this creature continues to rush after you in this space.
Damn, that
You
must have hurt.
take a total of 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you slide across the room. landing against the end there. And this thing rushes at you again. As in a fury, you see it become enraged from you killing, from its friend being killed. Its sister, sorry. And it begins to claw at you again and again. 14 to hit.
That does not.
Glancing off your armor, its second attack with a 11 to hit. Glance off your armor again. It is furious. Next up in our turn order, we have Billingsworth von Boldape.
I'm going to
character.
see it whip out after Raef. I'm just going to run out into the room. Oh, I can't because I'm trying to run through the wall. But as I do it, I'm going to pump my second wind ability.
Nice. Heal up.
9 points. Which doesn't really help.
Good healing. That's pretty almost max.
Yeah, so I'll do that. I don't think I have nothing long range, but I'm going to tap on one of my ruins just to see if anything happens.
It doesn't.
Okay. That's the end of my turn.
Boom, down we go. Next up in our turn order, as we're going to do a bit of a speed run now as we get close to 12 o'clock. Misha, you are up as this thing falls in front of you. You get flirted at by Finley, and the other troll rushes out the room.
All right, I'm going to 5, 10, 15. I'm going to go to there, so I've got line of sight.
Yep.
And I'm going to throw down my axe, get the javelin that's over my shoulder, and lob it.
Oh, let's go. Big
on,
hits.
Nat 20. Come on.
Alright, give me a second. Bang. Why?
Ooh, it skitters across the room as the low ceiling, unfortunately, not able to help you this day. Anything else in your turn?
No.
Next up, the troll looks down at you, furious that you're not being hit. It heals for its full amount there, and we do. Oh, its full amount. Did that heal it? We'll say it did. And it begins to again strike at you. It strikes with one claw, and it misses with an 11, and then it's going to try and bite you, just furious. It's going to bring its teeth into the attack. It does not hit as you manage to move your way out of the mouth as it begins to really be agitated. You see it frothing in its mouth now as it just seems at odds with what's happening in front of it. This prey that just evades it. Next up, we have a Raef.
So Raef is just dodging and blocking blows and really didn't have any time to draw anything other than the longbow earlier. So just going to reach down into his boot and pull out a dagger, and we're going to go for that.
Let's
just
do it.
slash away close quarters combat.
Let's go. Troll to cat.
17 to hit.
Yes.
For a 5 damage.
Yes, nice.
That's it. That's all I got.
Excellent. Next up in our turn order, we have Nogrod.
Yes, I will use my turn getting to him.
Excellent. Well
I'll
done.
run as fast as I can on all fours.
Sprinted, just whoa.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Shadow. What's on your turn?
I will move up to here and whip out my crossbow this time and shoot him
Nice.
in the back.
Let's go. Big damage.
Come on.
And
16.
hits. Damage. Let's go.
6 damage.
6. Amazing.
It's
Minus
straight into his thick hide.
Finley, you are up. The kill that you have so valiantly got now abandoned as they go on to other prey.
All right. After seeing Misha leave, and I'm like, okay, so I haven't impressed her enough yet. Okay, and then I'm just gonna jog my fat ass over and use my feline agility because I can do that too.
I can run fast.
And I will rush up to then stab this thing in its butt.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can reach that high?
Yeah, no, I'm only 5 foot, 4 foot, but I'm pretty sure I can get its butt if I extend my arms up like that.
Are you going for the cheek or betwixt the cheeks? Because it's an important question.
Betwixt, of course.
A natural 20, what?
Natural 20 for a 20 points of asshole damage to this thing. And then
well penetrated.
You know what? I'm going to use my offhand with my dagger.
By the way, you've made it bloodied.
Okay.
Yeah.
With my dagger, then I will, with my offhand, I will see the opening that I've made and make that opening bigger.
What?
9 to hit? Probably not. I got too cocky.
Misses the second time. Definitely too into it.
And I just turn back over my shoulder and look at Nisha, and I'm just like, yeah. Trying to impress her.
Meanwhile, you got like bloody shit on your face.
Yeah. Brains and guts and all the rest. It's amazing. Billingsworth, as you see this, what do you do?
I am going to tear towards this creature, and whilst I'm doing that, pump my chest, go full giant's might.
Boom.
Boom. So I go huge. I'm going to grab the he-bitch woman
You don't?
in the back and like...
How do you get your giant's might? Do you get it from ruins? You probably got ruin magic. It's all deactivated.
So in my head it's worked, but not in real life.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally
So in my head I've done it. I've not even thought about the ruins. I am jacked in my brain. I jumped on the back of this thing and I'm like, it's time to play a gun. Bend over so I can cock you. And then I'm going to hit it with the rapier.
He is aware what he is saying, right?
Oh, do I get advantage on that?
You do.
17.
You hit the second one.
7 points of
nice
cock damage.
Beautifully done. From there, I just facilitate a group of toddlers just rampaging for my well. Next up, we have Mishka.
I'm gonna take out another javelin because I've been not super happy by the fact that my first one missed really wildly, and I'm gonna try and throw it again.
Yeah, second time's the charm, surely.
Yeah, right.
Aim for the back of the head.
Please don't hit
Finley. Aim for the butt, given that he's already made an opening.
Aim for the ass, and I will let you hit Finry if it fails, or Finley.
Thank you.
Finley.
Please, natty one.
Let's hit the attack.
That one.
Oh shit!
You throw this with the most perfect arc, heading straight for the ass, but there's an ass standing in front of the ass. This just which ass. Please roll your full damage as if critically striking.
Does it cause ass head to just pale into us?
7 points of piercing damage as you headbutt the ass that's in front of you, Finley.
Hey, well done. Thanks DM Workshop rating with a huge party.
Oh yeah.
You are in the last parts of us fighting this troll in the midst of a sort of frost survival one-shot. So welcome all.
And for my bonus action, I would like to rage.
All you hear after you throw that javelin is, my ass!
Beautiful.
This is good, sir.
It's very good. Yes, to your question there, little boy, this recap is effectively us playing out the backstory. So all of this is being decided in real time as to the backstory of the character. So this becomes canon going forward. Next up, we have our troll, who now, with a fury of a man dying, he will enact his vengeance if it's the last thing he does. So you see the claws start coming out again, fury, trying its best to take out at least one of you in revenge. A 22 to hit. A 16 to hit for Raef. Yes.
Okay. 22 hits.
16
doesn't.
Oh, big already. Jeez. And then we're going to go in with the bite as well to finish off the trilogy with a 16 to hit, so it misses. Coming out with that bite and the damage, we roll a 5. Oh, no, sorry, it wasn't a bite, it was the 4. My apologies. Damage. 10 points of slashing damage.
-5 again. Okay.
As you are swiped by this creature, and it regens its health as it healed some of the wounds that were caused in that last encounter. Next up, Raef, you have your friends around you. You have advantage. They're distracting it. What do you do?
With my back against the wall, I'd like to sort of use that for leverage, but duck under and use that dagger to swipe the not the hamstring, the Achilles heel.
Do it. You've got all of fate behind you and a whole future ahead of you. Take this thing out.
Attack with advantage for 16 to hit for 6 points of Achilles heel damage.
Nice. It takes it, and with that, you slice off its foot as it hobbles towards you. It has now, as we quickly see this. Sorry, that's the one. Seeing whether or not it comes back to life, the old foot. It does not. The foot stays dormant as you slice it off. And anything else in your turn?
That's it.
Beautiful. Nogrod, you are up. Are you going to dice this thing up like a butcher to a nice roast?
Absolutely. The first one, 17.
Hits.
Second, 11.
Misses.
Dealing 7 damage.
Amazing.
Right into the spine.
Ooh, as you...
Are they with advantage?
They weren't.
Ooh, get that second one in.
16.
Yeah, that hits. All right, you got a second one. Go.
Woo!
Go.
4 damage.
Boom, 4. Spamming this thing in its back. It's just the pain in its eyes. And you see this, Raef? There is a wildness, a fury that seems to be single-mindedly determined to destroy you. And it is now every bit of hurt it feels, it is hurt that it will instill and inflict on you. Next up, we have Shadow.
Sweet. Using that great feline agility, I am going to also sprint forward now and join in slashing this thing up.
Let's go. Advantage is all round. Let's finish this
Hell
thing.
Yeah. Alright, where the hell's my inventory? There it is. 16 to hit.
Hits.
11 damage.
11
and
points
I come
of
back
damage.
with my short sword. Uh, 14
misses.
hit. Damn.
Misses.
Advantage.
Tough height.
With
was it?
advantage.
Oh,
it
just two,
misses.
yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Well, that was with advantage, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't. All right, cool. 11.
11.
So, okay.
Damn. I took a swing and missed.
Findlay, you are up.
All right, I would like to use my turn. I'm going to attack at it, but I want to prostrate it before Raef.
Right, nice.
With advantage. So not natural 20 for the first amount of damage.
Yep, hits for 14.
14 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I will give up my second swing with my offhand for Raef to take an attack against it.
Cool. Providing the opportunity, Raef, you have a chance here to give it a swipe.
I will. I'm still sort of very much underneath it.
Yep.
Swipe up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best direction. Just go up.
I'm going to go for... based on where I am, I'm going for the other Achilles.
It's now standing on one stump and like a half-formed foot and another foot.
15 to hit? 7.
Very nice. It is on its last legs. As you see it starting to lose some of that vitality as it stares towards you there. We've got our Billingsworth.
Billingsworth will just pick up and drive the rapier straight back in with an 18 to hit.
Hits.
Oops, nearly did critical hit. 6 points of damage.
Nice. You begin to stab it. 6 points. Definitely starts to do a number on it. You guys are seeing this thing drip blood now all over the ground around you.
And Raef.
Anything else on your turn? And Raef. Raef is now covered. Both Raef and Finley are covered in all of this.
I just bash my ruin again, just for the fun of it.
It's so empty. Why is the magic not working?
I'm pushing it a little bit harder, you know, like you do the remote when the batteries are dying.
Yeah. Slap it a little bit, give it a little shake.
I'm blowing it.
Put him in, put him out. Misha, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to use my feline agility, and I'm going to go BAM! All the way to there. And then I'm going to, on my way, I will have picked up my axes again, obviously. And I'm going to roll an attack with 1 axe. Yes.
Well, that's huge.
That's it.
And then with my offhand, I'm going to roll another attack. 2-weapon fighting. And I crit fail.
Ooh.
Do I get it because I'm flanking?
You do.
Yes. Okay,
I was going to say, Finley takes it to the chest like a champ.
Friendly fire is the death of Finley.
I can't talk any higher, Jesus Christ.
And the Tabaxi Wars begin.
It does hit. So, a few things happen simultaneously. You begin to just break into this thing's back as you slice, and all of you slice. And you're tearing away the flesh as it begins to regenerate and attempt to grow again. And yet, while you do this thing just with a unnatural persistence just swings claw after claw at Raef. And you all just see these claws not stopping as it does not seem to give up at any stage. 3 swipes, 4 swipes as it just attempts to break it down. Raef fights admirably.
Before you do that, I'm going to use my fighting style protection and do impose disadvantage on one of those attack rolls.
Excellent. You've got. I'll give you. Roll a d4 for me.
That's 6, 4. First one.
One. Excellent. You see it. It completely misses the first one really badly. It actually hits Finley with it, funnily enough. So Finley takes 12 points of slashing damage.
1 point of slashing.
And at the 4th strike, after it's been taken down and being attacked, it finally lands a blow on you. The last breath it has to enact this one final strike against you, Raef. 11 points of slashing damage.
Raef is out.
Unconscious. Defeated. Lost in battle against a foe. And as we imagine the story's curtains close on this flashback, you all find yourselves back in Madame M's shop, trading memories. And you see Raef standing in front of her, hand out, as Madame M experiences and takes this memory from Raef, as she does with all the defeats that Raef suffered.
I'll just look over at Maddie's character and I'll be like, Who the fuck are you?
And with that, we have completed tonight's session. And whatever happens to this crew, they've got 5 years to fill in as they learn to survive in Trankasha. But eventually, Raef does end up meeting up with the party and become one of the core group. And Raef also finds a way to make their rune magic work. So somewhere between now and then, we've got an unfolded mystery of how those have changed and how that all got modified. So from all of us here, thank you so much for joining in tonight. I hope it was awesome. I personally love being back, and I hope everybody here can agree that it was awesome being back playing together.
Oh yeah,
I love it so much. I missed it so much.
Yeah. Great to make some new characters and give them a whirl.
How fun are Tabaxi?
I'm into Tabaxi now.
They work surprisingly well with Barbarian. I was quite surprised.
They do. Yeah. We had a Barbarian Tabaxi on a Curse of Strahd. Right. That was awesome fun. But thank you, Robin, as well, for taking all the elements of the backstory and weaving them in, and that's exactly the perfect
Go to
bridge.
bed, operative. It's 2:16 a.m. Go to sleep.
No, but also thank you to Maddie for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us again.
You are always a pleasure to play with.
You just like it because of all the butt stuff.
It's inevitable. Next week,
we'll talk offline.
Next week we'll be back again. Not 100% sure yet if we'll do another backstory session or if we'll be back in the main campaign. I know Jeremy's still away, so we might do another backstory session. We will keep everybody posted. If you want to keep up with us, follow here, join our Discord. We've got Facebook, and we have a YouTube channel for all of the recordings of our sessions. So all of this will be available in all those places for you to enjoy. And there's even games being played in our Discord if you want to jump in and have some D&D for yourself. So
yeah, if you want to play some D&D, if you want to DM some people, our Discord has plenty of space for that. So
it's one of the best parts about the community is how many games we've sort of been able to inspire.
It's
so
like
please,
4 or 5 at the moment.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's insane.
So yeah, on behalf of all of us, thanks again, and we will see you all next week, Thursday at 8:30 AEDT.
Absolutely.
Whatever that means.
All right. See you guys.
See you all.
Good night.
Good night.